Today we're at the Women in Leadership Conference, hosted by the Students' Union. We're here today to try and find out more about women's issues and also see any guest speakers about empowering women and them taking the lead.
I think some of the biggest barriers facing women in higher education and student life begin a lot before higher education and student life. So some of the biggest barriers will be the way that education is structured before you come to university and whether you're even likely to go to university as a woman aged 18 or 19 or older, or what kind of subjects women study and what you will be encouraged to study as a woman in school. The culture of university, for example, at the University of Bath is very masculine in many ways, and it's very male dominated, so I think that can put off some women from engaging with university as much as they could possibly be.
Certainly in the student movement it's important that women are very visible so that other women can see it is possible and how it gets done. It's important that we learn from each other, and the only way we're going to do that is by being visible and talking about it. We are not necessarily taught to put ourselves forward. We might hesitate a little bit longer and think about whether we can fulfill the whole job description before we put ourselves in there. And I think that that's exactly why it is important to be visible and have lots of visible women in the student movement so people can see it can be done. Well, if they're any good, they should be leaders whatever they are. I mean, ultimately it shouldn't matter whether they're men or women. In practice, I think there are still obstacles to be conquered. But by making it visible, and certainly by women having a go at it and just trying it out in the early years, is a very good thing to be doing.
The SU is really supportive. The General Quality Group have always been really supportive of me, and if I have to be honest, SU President and the SU Community Officer last year, particularly Tommy Parker, they were extremely supportive of my campaigns as NUS Women's Delegate. So we see the SU is doing more and more work about integrating women, which is great. But also, in certain ways, we have to be very careful not to alienate and not to ostracise men.
Definitely last year, obviously on the SU officer team, women were not at all represented. Whether that was because less women decided to run or because people didn't vote for them is an entirely different matter. I think this year, obviously, there's a much more diverse panel. Personally, no. I actually think in the Students' Union, everybody is quite welcoming and accepting, and I don't think that there's any particular prejudice against women.
A lecturer came up to me after a lecture and said, "Karina, you'd be such a great world leader if only you were a guy." And I just remember thinking, that's coming from a lecturer, just think, oh, okay, cool, great, thanks, I'm gonna go, become a guy now.
Leadership within the SU this year is extremely important, and women in leadership is no less important, especially for me being a woman from a black and minority ethnic background and an international student at the same time. I found it very enriching and empowering that I'm in the role that I am and I'm able to represent a wide range of students on campus. Don't let any characteristic or anything stand in the way of you and taking a stance in any role that you take on in life.